Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have our first cornerback tier list here of Madden 24. And here's some names already on there. We, of course, have the Level Up, the Field Pass Season 1, Jalen Ramsey already on here. You obviously cannot get this card right now, so I'm going to leave him on here, but just know that you really, it's not possible to get Ramsey yet. And I'm not sure if when we are able to get him, or a lot of us are going to get him, he'll even still be that great. But obviously in this meta, the quarterback meta right now, he's still really top tier. So Ramsey's already on here. We have like Kobe Durant's already on here. We have the captain, Rondé Barber, Caleb Evans, Marlon Humphrey. We have the core elite, Sauce Gardner, Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs at the top of B tier. A couple more team builders at B tier. But let's just get started with the rookie premier, Julius Brents. And real quick, let's do our emoji of the day. Shout out to my man, Frankie Rivera, for commenting the emoji of the day on last video. And for today's emoji of the day, let's do the panda emoji. If there isn't a panda emoji, just comment a bear. But there is a panda emoji, I'm pretty sure. So, emoji of the day, panda emoji. Okay, so here is Julius Brents. Obviously, a lot of hype around this card. And if you did rookie premieres or played Madden 23 last year, and did your rookie premieres, you probably made a Julius Brents, so you most likely have this card. But 6'3", 84 speed, 85 acceleration. This card's best comparison is like Richard Sherman, but like a baby version of Richard Sherman, because of the size and the zone coverage being higher than the man, also being his own archetype corner. Not like the archetype really matters because no abilities, but a pretty decent tackler, honestly, as well for early game, especially for an 84 overall. I'm a fan of Julius Brents' card. I do believe he is the best rookie premier corner. So we're going to put him at A tier, right in between a Caleb Evans and the captain, Rondé Barber. I say you want Richard Sherman on your team, but can't afford the full Richard Sherman. This card does exist, and we're still early enough in the year where these legend collectibles actually have some viability in the meta right now, which is kind of crazy. This should happen for maybe another 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks. But 86 zone is really good. 84 speed, 6'3". This card's not getting talked about enough. I know his price is like 60K, but he's a really good corner. I mean, he's just like a core elite that you pay 160K for. He's just like that. 84 COD. Obviously, you have his size, even a pretty good tackler. I mean, the play rec is a whole there, and the man coverage is a whole. But if you're playing zone coverage and want a guy with great size and some good speed, I mean, Sherman, this card's nice, man. This card's nice. Obviously, he has his holes, so he's not going to be like at the top of A tier, but definitely an A tier card. I mean, this Sherman card is definitely A tier. He's really solid. The next man up is DJ Turner, and even though this card is fast, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, I thought he may have had 85 base speed because he did run a 4.26 at the combine, but still pretty solid, 5'11". But he's gonna be your man coverage guy, 84 man with 84 speed. Even decent size, like I said. So DJ Turner, you know, he's really just a man coverage guy. He's not going to tackle that well at all, really. And he doesn't obviously have the size of Brents, but has the same speed as Brents. And I guess if you might take DJ Turner over Brents if you're playing man coverage. And in this meta, you might be. So honestly, yeah, if you're playing zone, it's Brents. If you're playing man, go DJ Turner for your RP if you had to pick one. Obviously, both are good because they're both their physicals are really good. But DJ Turner, definitely going to be A tier. We now have one of the best budget cards in the game, and that is the 85 speed Derek Stingley. And this card, I can't describe what it is about him, but he just plays above his stats. He clams people, even though his man and his zone are just not that great. If you're looking for a budget guy, I mean, he's an amazing option. Good size, good speed, the COD's there. That honestly could be the reason why he plays so well in coverage, but yeah, that's going to be Derek Stingley for you, and he's going to be an A tier corner. Low A tier, you could definitely debate him a little bit lower depending on your experience with the card, but for me, he's played great, and I've heard great things about him, so yeah, I'm going to put Stingley at low A tier. Card plays great. The next man up is Jair Alexander, and this card is another card that plays above his stats, and it's just because of the speed, I think. I think the speed's the reason why he's overlooked, but crazy good play rec, 85 play rec with 86 man coverage, 84 zone, so can do both. And also he's 5'10", so he might get a little bit overlooked in that aspect as well. And I do actually think that height on corners is very important this year. Honestly, it's better to have tall corners than tall receivers because how man coverage works and how you have those like over the head interception animations this year and how swatting plays. It's important to have, probably jumping is probably a good stat too, but this card does play well. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I played against him a bunch of times. Jair Alexander plays super well in man coverage. Probably better for you man coverage guys out there than the zone coverage guys. but still a super solid option. So Jair Alexander to the top of A tier, in front of a Caleb Evans and behind Marlon Humphrey. The next man up is the 84 overall J.C. Horn. You may have chose him for your free BND headliner player, and you know this card plays very well. 85 speed, 86 acceleration, and he's giving me more for you zone coverage, guys. 84 zone coverage, obviously. With an 87 jumping at 6'1", this card's an athletic freak. I even played him at safety a little bit because my corners play a lot of man and my safeties play, you know, deep blue. So, you know, having J.C. Horn out there with that 84 zone coverage was super nice. I obviously replaced him with Ed Reed, but, you know, J.C. Horn is, if you chose him for your free BND, he's very flexible. You can play him in a corner, slot, even over the top. Obviously over the top, he's not as great because of his tackling abilities. You might get gashed a little bit, but in coverage, card definitely does play well. So J.C. Horn, yeah, one of the better, you know, free affordable cards in the game. I'm gonna put him in front of the Core Elite Sauce Gardner. Actually, they're pretty interchangeable because Sauce also has 85 speed. I'm gonna go Sauce actually over him. I feel like the stats are a little bit more consistent. So yeah, still J.C. Horn, top of A tier. Okay, this next card is going for 380,000 coins right now on Xbox. And I mean, it is for good reason. He is 6'4" with 85 speed, 84 acceleration, and has a good mix of man and zone. So I guess it does kind of make sense why this card is so expensive. But still, 300k is crazy for him. But Tariq Woolen card, his card plays great. And like I said, tall corners are really effective, especially in man coverage. And even if you're playing man, this card's a good option. This card's a good option. Even though the zone's higher than the man, it's still a good option. 82 man coverage is still really good. I'll talk about that later in this video. But Tariq Woolen, absolute monster. And, you know, if you have the coin, if you've played against him, you know how he plays. There's even like a pre-order Tariq Woolen. If you have him, I'm sure he plays good. But this Core Elite Tariq Woolen, this particular one is definitely S tier. And next up, we have the pre-order, aka Sauce Gardner. I do have him on my team, on my Jets team, so it's only 85 speed on this card, but 85 speed, 6'3", man, zone. This card is a monster. Look at the stats on this card. And he plays amazing. He plays great. You know, 6'3", so he's long. You know, card makes plays out there. And even does get abilities. Stonewall is good for stopping the run, especially on, you know, in this year's game where guys are getting outside the tackles and your corners have to make tackles. So having Stonewall is super nice. But this card has played amazing for me. Could it be because I have him on my Jets team? Yes. But even when I play him, not on a theme team, you know, the card definitely does still play very well. So yeah, Sauce Gardner again. I'm putting him at S tier. You know, you could really interchange Sauce and Woolen. You really could. I mean, you're trading an inch for some slightly better stats, but the speed's the same. Yeah, but honestly, I think I might lean Sauce here. I think I'm gonna lean Sauce. Probably a little bit biased, a little bit, but I'm gonna put him at S tier either way. The next man up is AJ Terrell. This card I think is gonna be obtainable sooner than the Jalen Ramsey through the compass, but 86 speed at 6'1" with really good zone, even, you know, pretty good man, good enough man to definitely play him in it. Good play rec. Play rec actually does matter a lot this year. Even 81 price is pretty good. Good COD. And as far as tackling goes, he's definitely more of a coverage guy, for sure. But good size, good speed, good stats. It's kind of what we're looking for here early game in Madden 24. So we're going to throw AJ Terrell. Hopefully you're able to attain him fairly soon, but I'm going to put him at the top of S tier for now. Keep in mind, Ramsey, you really can't get him now, so act like, you know, kind of act like that, I guess, but I'll leave Ramsey on the tier list just for the, you know, just for the tier list sake. The next man up is Jalen Ramsey, and anytime you have a Jalen Ramsey card that they give speed to, he's always a monster, and this card, of course, no different. 85 speed, 84 acceleration, 6'1", good play rec, 86 man coverage is crazy with the 84 zone as well, and good press at 87. This card is a beast. He's going for 480k, which is a crazy price tag on his card. But even if you've used, I mean, I have the free Ramsey on here, right? Even the free Ramsey plays really well. So imagine that Ramsey, but just so much better. And more well-rounded. You know, the Ramsey card's absolutely terrifying. So I'm going to put Jalen Ramsey's 86. I'm going to put him, you could pretty much interchange him and AJ Terrell, to be honest. That goes to show you how good the free AJ Terrell actually is. But I'll leave it like this for now. But Jalen Ramsey, you know, definitely a monster. If you come across him, good luck. And finally, last but not least, we have Richard Sherman. And no surprise here, I do think Sherman is the best cornerback right now in the game. And I've been playing this card in strictly man-to-man scenarios, and he plays great. You know, his size is great at 6'3". Even when he does get beat, you kind of get these really good dive animations. It could be that 89 jumping on the card, but it's the speed, the acceleration. I thought it would scare me a little bit, but it plays great. It plays fine with 85 agility as well. So there's Richard Sherman. Yeah, I think he is cornerback number 1 right now. Even, you know, a pretty decent tackler for early game corners. But he's a muscle, man. If you're wondering if it's worth it or not to go out there and get Sherman, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is for sure. He played amazing for me yesterday, and honestly, helped out my defense so much. I couldn't get a stop the day before. I had Richard Sherman in man-to-man coverage. He was just gluing people. So I'm going to put Sherman at the top for now. Keep in mind, it probably looks more like this right now. So our top 5 would be Sherman, Terrell, Ramsey, Sauce Gardner, and Tariq Woolen. But, I'll leave them up here for now. So that's our tier list. Let me know who's too high, who's too low. What would you change? And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.